Think I'm live here. Good morning, traders. Today is February 12th, 2025. It's 9:26 on the East Coast. My name is Joseph. I'm with Smart Money Traders. This is the name of a channel where we come together and trade and look at the market together. So today, as you can see, we had a big drop here because of CPI. Days like today will be very interesting. And also at 10 o'clock, about 34 minutes, 33 minutes or so, we have Jerome Powell testifying in front of Congress. I think the House, he did the Senate yesterday, so it'll be the House today. So definitely, yes, it's something that we may not trade today. We may trade something less crazy. We got to go probably look at soybeans or live cattle. And I'm not kidding, because today ES can be a little crazy here. Yesterday I traded right before, maybe about 9:35, 9:40 as an area. I was in the trade, and I kind of held onto the trade a little too long. And by the time they started testifying, they got me out. And then, at that point, I was kind of like, you know what, I don't want to be trading anymore. I went and did a couple of more trades in one in gold. That was a positive trade, and a couple in LE. It was a mix. I had a winner and a loser. So I had 3 trades in LE actually. One winner, one break even, and one loser toward the end. At that point, I was done trading for the day. I ended the stream, and now we have a new day. And the new day, what it gave us? It gave us a big, fat red bar here to the downside because of CPI. So how are we going to be, if we were to trade this, we would need this to come back. We need a pullback here. We cannot be chasing this at those lows. Market's about to open in 2 minutes. So I wouldn't be surprised to see pullback toward the 50s. From here, but also we can see a drop below 6,000. That's everything that we gotta look into. Everything is possible really when you're trading. So we can see a pullback here and go lower, or we can just see a break of this. They can come back up and go lower. Let's say they break this from where they are here. Or they may go to those, because right now we close to the low of the week. This week's low is at 60.14. So they may go for the low of the week. 60.14 is definitely going to be an area of interest. I'm going to extend this and make it a little bigger. So if we get to this band here, we may see a little up from there. Definitely, this market is really cheap at the moment compared to where we started. We started down here, and we almost right there again. We could see a rally. I'm not putting past this market today where we can see something really drastic happen. Market just opened actually. It's 9:30. So let's look and see how it goes. Definitely some buying happening at the moment. Again, we don't usually take a position at least 5 minutes into the day. So we're gonna be looking to do the same here. So in the meantime, I'm having my eyes on live cattle here. It looks like they wants to go higher. So LE could be something that we trade today, because this market here on ES and NQ probably is crazy. I'm sure the NQ dropped as much. Yeah, that's a big fair value gap here. So you may have to go back way higher, but also because of the environment, the sentiment right now, people are realizing, hey, grocery prices are not going back down. They're trending to the upside, so people are freaking out at the moment. So let's see what happens. Definitely want to look at this from this perspective. So LE, we're gonna at least give it 3 minutes before we engage here and see the way he wants to move here. Definitely lots of selling here going on. In live cattle here, the way things are going here, we may see yesterday we had like a bearish day yesterday on live cattle, but I think live cattle could be a thing that we buy today. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if it's gonna make a new low. The low is 195.72 half. We're gonna test those lows. Well, it just dropped real quick here. This is another thing with live cattle. You're gonna drop on you real quick. So they hit this. All right, let's see if there's any comments or questions in here. No, this market this morning before it settled, especially with Jerome Powell speaking at testifying in front of Congress at 10 a.m. It's definitely the market is forward risk. I mean, the market is always is risky to be trading because there's something called market risk that you cannot control. Some news come out and or it could be somebody made an error. They pressed more buttons than they wanted to. They add more zeros than they wanted to. So, let me see here, 6 or 7 live cattle here. We may let's see if we can buy live cattle here. Okay, below the low, it goes higher here. See here. Thing with live cattle. Let me move it back down here. Because I wanna if it breaks this pivot up here, it's at 05. I think our thing was. So I'm just gonna move it back to break even here. If it comes back and tag us out, Things are looking bullish here. Came back and tagged the bottom here. I think we may get to how many ticks 56 ticks. This is where our target is. If it breaks this, I think we may go higher here. 32 and a half is a profit target. See if we can make it up there. My goodness. Looks like we're gonna be tagged at break even here. But maybe not. Let's see. Break even trade is likely here. We're just it's too early in the session to do anything. Just gonna let it either it's gonna be break even trade. And we start if we get a new high, we're gonna start trailing it a little bit. But for now we take alright. Go ahead. See if we can get that back on here below the low of the day. Because it's gonna do that sometimes, just tag you out. Wonder if we can get to 198 today. If this trade doesn't work out, we're gonna definitely look to trade something else. That means we're not seeing live cattle the right way. This is what you do. Just even step away from the screens for a second. ES is a little too much right now as far as volatility and decision. We may look at gold or something else. Seeing a bounce on the ES here. It's going higher. Live cattle is not looking good. Not looking good at all. I think I may give it 2 more ticks here. It's 55. Because they come back down here and tag you out for a couple of ticks. It'd be really, really bad. Because I bought right on VWAP. So they don't want to come back up or not. But okay. Trade live cattle, we're definitely going to be patient because it moves really slow and jumps here and there. So ES is right at the edge of the fair value gap here. We definitely may see some selling here, or you may go into the fair value gap. Yeah, we're going into the fair value gap. Again, if we take this out here, we'll be done trading live cattle for the day at least, because obviously we're not seeing it right. Because we're up about 14 ticks, and we moved to break even. It was a break even trade. But right now we're seeing the sellers trying to. Again, that's why we have a stop. If this doesn't work out, we'll move on to something else. And it's early in the day. Making a new high here at 40, I think is the high. 42 and a half. Look at this early. Definitely see some buying here on the ES. This is going to be sustained. At this point, it's kind of too early to tell. There's a lot of cattle right here. We're seeing some buying pressure. It's a nice move up. I'm not touching ES for a few reasons. We got this big drop here. Also, we have Powell speaking in about 13 minutes in front of Congress. So I went ahead and trade cattle, but it doesn't look like it's going to well for us here at the moment. If this doesn't work out, we'll get back to trade something else. Maybe GC could be a candidate, but GC also just doesn't have. In this, GC just doesn't have been going back and forth as well. So there were some wild moves on GC yesterday. We're gonna just be patient with the cattle trade here and see if we can get to 42 and a half and 6 ticks at the moment. So if we can get above VWAP here. VWAP is just a round number, 196. Well, yesterday what we saw when Powell was speaking was he basically was talking the economy up. So I don't know how he's going to do that today with the numbers being the way they are. Numbers are not good today. CPI rose from last year over year. So let's see what he does in front of Congress today. 10 minutes he's going to be speaking. So as far as the indices, we're not going to touch them for now. So I end up trading live cattle here, which so far is not working out as a trade as far as the result, but we're still within our rules here. If this were to come back down and make a new low, we'll be out of this trade, which is fine. We're definitely going to give it some, if we were to be positive and hit this and go higher, we'll give it some more. We'll probably move our stop below here at 80, reduce our risk, but we definitely don't want to on here. Thought I had both trades on, both accounts on, but it's only one. Something I gotta look into. I'll say this is not a bad this is not a bad thing. I can move it down to 85. Let's see. This is not a bad thing because if this doesn't work out, only one account will be taking the loss. But I thought I had them on both accounts. Okay. Let's see, this wants to go lower. Yeah, GC is looking at the structure on GC here. It's showing some like a topping formation. 30-minute bounce of this. Will it go lower? Yeah. This was support. That's where we at now. Yeah, we're at the resistance level. GC came back to VWAP here and bouncing. Yes, again, Powell testifying. Probably not gonna touch that for the next hour plus. Maybe when he's done testifying at 12. Yesterday he done testifying around 12 o'clock. Then we saw a clear move in the ES. Today could be the same. Here with that. And GC looks like he wants poised to go higher here. Yes. GC is pushing higher. GC is approaching a resistance here. Let's see what for GC. GC on here too. GC is stalling over here, which was to be expected. What soybeans is doing. Soybeans is going higher. Yeah, seeing some selling here. Also probably starting to testify in the selling here in the equities. We kind of saw the same thing yesterday. We sold off first and then we covered. If we see, so the market did get to the 50s. So, if we get to the 50s, we may see like a little pullback. Now, gold is going lower. There's a fair value gap created by this candle here. So, let's see if we can bounce back from here. Looking at YM in the middle here. And the more selling coming in here. 40. If we get to 40, if we see a bounce, we may get in here. And this is the bounce we said we could see at 40 here. If we see this bounce here, we might engage long here. Just for 10.04. Okay, stop there. We got stopped out. Okay. This be another one of those they got us out, and so they can go higher. I'll give it one more try here at 39.50. Let's see, 38.50 to close the price. We're gonna leave it below here. Is it going higher? If it goes higher here, we'll put it below. If we get a better candle here, you go and higher at break even. Yeah. All right. I think I'll call it a day. This is not what we do here today. All right. This is going to be a short stream here. We will be done. Hopefully you guys doing better. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.